Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of Human Art Studios, and this is Inktober, day 4, 2021. Yeah, making comics and art today and all this month, making art. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. Let's see. See if anybody shows up tonight. Since I'm inconsistent with when I do these, because that's how it goes. All right, so got some NEXUS reference. I was talking about NEXUS the other day, and it's kind of a simple character. Steve Rude's character, so there's a very simplicity to him. And actually, what is that? Oh, okay. He's not all too different from how I designed Retro. Because essentially, Retro has this design. It's essentially like a T. That will become much more apparent when I do character designs. Except where NEXUS is black and blue, Retro is red and purple. Hey, Pops! Welcome. I just shared this to the madness and tagged Mike. Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is my addition to Inktober today. Definitely a fan of NEXUS. Though I'm keeping this simple. And we got the, how does that go? Kind of comes over his shoulder, something like that. All right. I'm sure it is exacting specs for how he draws in the lightning bolt. Gotta get the right amount of. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it goes like that, ish, something like that. Anyway, so all this is black. Just so I remember. Should I do a little more? Maybe. Let's see. And his gloves. I need to get better. I don't have good reference in front of me. No, I don't want that. Let me find a better shot. Okay, it's kind of a weird angle, but all right, so if he's got something like that. So he's got, I forget, he's got gloves where his fingers are popping out. But that won't matter because it's energy hand. Do a little Kirby crackle. Something like that. All right. Let's do. Does he have? Yeah. I like the simplicity of his costume. So here's a question I want to put out. And if you're listening now or you're listening later, Pops goes, networking. It is what I do. I'm a huge fan of Nexus. Yeah, same here. Ever since I picked up, I forget what publisher it was, but let me get this shot. The first black and white comic of Nexus, way back in the day. I guess it's kind of like that. Where Steve was still fighting his footing as an artist. I thought it was a really great issue. But he's gotten so much better since then. So I liked, that's weird. Okay. Is that too high up? Okay, this is a challenging costume design. Let's see. There's there. His nose is kind of here. So it's got. I probably need some interior artwork. Looking at all these painted covers and confusing me. Tiny pictures. Sorry, folks. Let me just go by this one, I guess. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. And then I guess this comes down further. Let's see, that's his nose. guess I never tried the Nexus. That's fine. So that's all black. And bring it back. Bring it down tad more. Yeah. That looks. Hey, Hexon. Ah, yeah, here we go. He looks wimpy. I don't know. Because something. I'll get it. Not sure what it is. Let's see. Looks nothing like Nexus. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I started. I posted my first Inktober day one. If you haven't already seen, onto my Instagram, and yeah, I decided I post them up there days later, days after I've done it here already. So that will let everybody know that I am streaming daily, penciling and then inking pieces. It's my attempt to draw more. There's Salazar. Hey, y'all. Welcome, sir. And by the way, if anybody wants to come in, just wave their hand. You could join me. I'll drop the link. Don't, I'll only be here long enough to finish this piece. But if you want to come say, hey, talk about things you're working on and whatever, I'm open. Pops, we haven't talked yet. I should come on your channel at some point. Hex Allen, don't you have a live crowdfunder? If you want. 24 hours. Welcome. Signature. The drawing I just finished on the stream. And he says, Hex Allen, hey. Cool, man. Captain Courageous. Captain Courage. Yeah, I was actually going to stream earlier. But my cats said otherwise. They were like, you're ignoring us. Hi, Pops. Hi, 24 hours. Yeah, my cats were being a little demanding tonight. And tossing them food every time I want my time. It's just going to lead to some fat cats. So here's the thing. The other day, I was actually thinking of doing like a female comic book character. And at the time, I couldn't think of anybody interesting to draw. As far as females go, you know, what I actually thought of now is Vampiro. I always like the character of Vampiro. You know, it's like rarely does she get a good story in her comics. You know, she's a Vampiro. She kills a lot of humans, and that's usually it. But you know, I always felt like some artists capture her really well, and some completely off the mark. And having put that out there in the universe, I'd probably draw her and be totally not the way I think she should be drawn. But I can give it a shot. I'm not sure if that will be tomorrow's character, but we'll see. I should start making a list because there are other characters that I thought of that I want to draw. That we'll see if I can get to. There's only 31 characters I can do, so the first 3 were Marvel characters, so it's good to get a character from a different publisher. I'm not sure who NEXUS is published under right now. But I like a good female character, but one that stays true to the sensibility of a woman. Hex Allen, are you going and making a book, a crowdfunder? Is one of my cats at the window. Well, I'm gonna be crowdfunding retro. I did a Kickstarter a couple of years back. That was for some initial funding, and the plan is that I'm going to get that book fully inked, fully colored, fully lettered, final scripted, all that jazz, and into the hands of everybody that contributed to the Kickstarter. The question would be if I could do a crowdfunder later this year in enough time before Christmas and all that. I don't know. It's like the more days that go by, the sketchier it looks. But it's like I'm trying to work on that and work on painting projects, and yeah, it's a challenge. But at some point, I will have an Indiegogo for retro. And I'm excited to get to that point. Trust me. And with what I've learned thus far, and seeing all my other buddies doing their crowdfunders, I'm inspired to do even better. And the Kickstarter I did was short. It was only a 5-day Kickstarter, and I got under 2,000. Ripley, don't bang out the window, Ripley. She loves banging out my window. All right. I guess I'm not going to go super simplistic. Like Steve Rude colors in most of this black, but I think I'll add some definition. This is more of a figure than I've been giving, because I thought maybe I would do a simple version. But in the case of females, I guess Wonder-Woman is a character that everybody must draw. I freaking love her costume, and there's been 18,000 variations in the comics and on screen. And what one would I pick? But that would be a time-consuming one. So if I have a day where I actually started earlier than last minute. All right, I'm trying to make it black, and I'm being fussy. Don't be fussy, Pete. And I'm being fussy. Okay. Do. All right. Yeah, so I think Wonder Woman would be a fun character to draw, simply because she's got an awesome. She's an awesome character, but she's got an awesome costume as well. Vampiro be like, a sexy character to draw. What other females? There's so many like popular like DC characters that are females that are, I'm not sure. It's like I love a lot of female characters in the Marvel universe, but I'm not sure. Nothing's popping in my head like who would be interesting to draw. I love the Fantastic Four costumes, but they're pretty simple and straightforward. And frankly, when it comes to drawing Invisible Woman, it's a matter of doing her hair right. I guess part of the problem with me thinking of a cool character, a female character from the Marvel universe, is because I really don't have any Marvel books for the most part. I have a few of the black and white essentials. Oh, I know. Well, oh, right. I did think of Elektra, and she's had some cool variations of her costume. All right. So let's see. Hey, Landon, I see you there. Welcome, sir. Nexus looks pissed off. I'll tell you, this second, I have a greater appreciation for Steve Rude. I don't know, something about this character's design that's throwing me off. It's always, that's, what I'm known for is like my incredible ink work and attention to a lot of crazy detail. What I suck at is simplicity. I'll try to make something look simple, and it's like, so I don't know if all you know Kelsey. Kelsey is somebody who does live streams with Richard Friend. And I checked out some of Kelsey's artwork, and I thought it was gorgeous. The guy's got a very Disney-inspired structure to his work, and he does really beautiful, simplistic drawings. And I should probably practice some of that. Kelsey Grammer is an artist. Let's see. So Hex Allen says John Byrne She-Hulk, as opposed to any other She-Hulk. Like other people drew She-Hulk, but specifically John Byrne's. She wears normal clothes in every issue of that I remember. So Landon says, hey man, How much do you have left to do on Retro Issue 1? Well, besides coloring, production, final script edits, inking wise, I have 10 pages. But I'm constantly thrown into doing work that's pays my bills, and I'm currently not on top of my bills, so it's where most of my focus is. Unfortunately, I don't have a what do they call it? Well, if a woman goes after a guy, she's a gold digger. So a guy that has a woman who supports him is I don't know. I need one of them. But and Kelsey Grammer is not an artist. It's Kelsey, I forget his last name, but you see him on streams with Richard Friend. Just go look it up. Usually Sunday Fun Day streams. How many pages will it be in total? Well, the book itself, Shigamon, there you go. The Retro will be a 40-page book, but story-wise, it's 28 pages. And then there'll be extras and whatnot in the back. And, really looking forward to finishing that book. That's what I really should be doing most of. Okay, let's see. Trying to keep this simple and yet be a little, add a little jazz to it. Always try to add some jazz to your comic and drawings. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the black being super black. Actually, when you scan a piece, you can always darken it. I remember seeing some Mike Mignola artwork from his Hellboy series, and most of the image looked like gray. And if you know Hellboy at all, then you know how jet black everything is in the pages. So, you know, especially nowadays with art programs being insanely, you could do so much with art programs now. You don't have to worry about being super fussy anyway. You can fix everything in post. I realize I'm off camera. Sorry about that. Landon said, sometimes you need to add a little rock and roll as well. Absolutely. Yeah, well, you know, like this is all part of Inktober and my way of streaming every day this month. Keeping my YouTube active. You know, I don't plan to stream when I'm coloring my comic. You know, not to say I positively 100% won't, but I kind of think that, you know, with my internet and you know, computer being what they are, as I think everything would slow down to a halt if I try. All right. So my thought is I want to attempt it, but all right. But yeah, the objective this month is to draw 31 characters. You know, obviously being a big fan of comics myself, I want to do comic book characters. I'll probably do, you know, like I want to throw in some, you know, I got some Marvel characters so far. I'll probably be doing a lot more because I grew up on mostly Marvel. Although, you know, I'm into a lot of independent titles, influenced by a lot of Image stuff. Maybe Pitt. No. Stay over there. It's one of my cats. Sorry. Trying to get in the picture. I have ink open. Not good. Not a good mix. Kitty cat wants to play with the ink. Let's see. I don't really like doing things digitally because to me it feels too much like my day job. Also, in my opinion, never truly get the real organic that you get with traditional mortality. Digital in regards to coloring, it's not such a big deal, you know, depending. Like how I intend to color a retro is very much like a 1980s comic. So it is not going to be, if any, sort of special effects to it. Because I know you know, like you color your own work, your art, your commissions, and all that, and I'm not doing that level of coloring. it's almost going to be like I'll get somebody to flat the pages for me, and then I'll just be picking colors for each object, you know, as I go, and that will be the extent of me coloring. Although that, you know, that's a lot. But you know, it's like I'm a traditional inker, and I don't foresee me switching to digital inking. You know, although I might experiment. I mean, anybody who's begged me to get into traditional side of things has done so because they, you know, they understand that digital is faster, therefore digital can make you make your money faster. It taking less time to do things digitally. And such and so on. So, you know, if I have a XP pen that I'll be attempting to color my book with, if that doesn't work out, then I'll freaking use a my mouse. But if it does work, then maybe I'll be able to include some more subtle special effects. All right. I see you're going for a simple coloring style. If you pick good colors, even if it's flats, it can be quite effective. Yeah. You know, there'll be some things I'm sure that will require more than straightforward coloring. One of the things that I'm going to do is, you know, I love very much what Klaus Janson did in Daredevil back when him and Frank Miller were doing the book. And, you know, it's like their run was proof that art becomes a lot simpler if you're doing a monthly book. You know, Frank Miller was super tight and super detailed when the book began with his work, and it morphed into a much simpler approach over time. But it was bolder, and it was, you know, there's a lot of techniques in there that they used that were very inspiring. And I just love the coloring. I remember loving the coloring that Klaus did when he was like coloring issues, which wasn't every issue, but oh crap. All right. But yeah, it should be really fun. So, you know, I don't foresee coloring to take me too long. Production, I'll be working with somebody is all extra material that I'll be doing in the back. But there's also stuff I'll be doing for the campaign, like extras, like stickers, magnets, some prints. Okay. That sort of thing. Let's see. Quality, mint, organic quality. The Captain Courage I just finished drawing in all digital and printing it out and calling it traditional. Cool. Yeah, I see. Yeah, you're going for a simple coloring style. If you pick good colors, okay, yeah, I read that. My coloring style for my personal work is almost like a painting, exactly. And you mentioned another way is just simple two-tone shading, but that might take longer. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, like an average face or figure could be 3 different tones, hues, whatever the coloring terms are. So yeah, like, you know, you got the straightforward, this object, this thing is blue, but then there's the light shade of blue and the dark shade of blue, and you know. So let's see. I think I can use my rapidograph for the blast. So for those that don't know a NEXUS is a freaking awesome character. You know, just his sort of basically what he is he's a murderer of mass murderers, or of serial killers. And I love the concept of him. Like, essentially, I've been doing everything off screen. Sorry. He has dreams about killers until he kills them. Why is my... It's like almost leaking. That's not good. There's too much ink coming out at once. Nothing's working. Nothing's working. Okay. So, all right, let me catch up. It probably just means I need to refill it. That's usually when it starts leaking like that, usually what it means. These rings, rotor ring, these rapidiographs are actually much better than every rapidograph I have ever used throughout my career. All right, let me start. Okay, so Frank Salazar, Art Nation, asked. Oh, I just turned it off. Who are you going with for printing? It's up in the air. It could be Kablam. It could be, any one of those print on demand places. Because first time around, I'm not going to be super fussy. At the same time, I do want it to come out quality. But I'm going to look into what other people have used and get an idea of what I like based on what I see other people have done. So that goes to say that I haven't decided. It's something I'll decide when I get there. I'm not so worried about it now. There's quality printers, quality, places to go. I do know that, what I'm doing, like the plan of my book release is I'll be doing crowdfunders, Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and that's where you get the prestige format book. Above and beyond that, I want to get my book into stores. I'm going to do a much simpler sort of newsprint edition where it will just be, like a 32-page book with only some extras in the back. So it's more of a incentive to get the prestige format book. In theory. All right, so all right, let's see. And Linda says, like a flat with a shadow, but simplifying. Yeah, exactly. You go focus with your traditional ways. You got to be hitting the nail in digital way. Future man. NEXUS by Dark Horse. Well, NEXUS was with Dark Horse at some point, but he's been at other places. Or you mean that's where he is now? That's probably the case. I think I saw him last there. Actually, Frank, in the future, there won't be any computers for all we know. He's like Nightman turned into the frequency of evil. I hate repair asset. LOL. I'm a brush quill micron guy. Yeah, well, I try to stay away from markers for the most part. I only use markers like, mostly for con sketches. Anyway, he goes, I've had good luck with Kablam. I would recommend them. So make sure your files are high res. Yep. And X Allen says, nice work. Yeah, he looks a little more brutish than Nexus should be. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's not going to be perfection every day. But thank you kindly. Thank you. Thank you. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with these pieces, but I'll probably, like, you know, my intentions is, you know, I got to do some quality pieces, some quality fan art that my art rep is going to have an auction the end of November. So this is me warming up to that. And since I remembered, hey, if you like this, then give this video a like so I get seen more across the YouTubes. And if you haven't subscribed, I know most of you are subscribed, then please hit that button, hit the notification bell. Make sure to always look out for new videos that come up. I don't have a schedule on this particular month. I'm just doing this when I could fit in time, hence why I've done most of them late. But yeah. Thank you all for coming and checking me out. Checking out my interpretation of Nexus. Oh, I know. There was another character that I wanted to do. Maybe I'll do him tomorrow. Maybe it will be another day. But the Spirit, freaking Will Eisner's The Spirit. I love that comic, that character, Will Eisner. How could you not? And yeah, so look forward to that at some point. Nexus, thanks you. And then it says, thanks for having us, Peter. Absolutely. Thank you all, one and all. So tune in tomorrow whenever I'll be going live.